for joining me once again. My name is Ify. Thank you for your likes, for your comments. Thank you for your consistent feedback. You all have been amazing. Today, before I proceed, I would like you to please click on my subscribe button and then click on the notification button to help you get updates on my video if you are new on my channel. Some weeks ago, I started a topic on children. I started 3 weeks ago. The first topic was on how you can help build godly children in this generation. The second topic I talked on was how you can help your children study their Bible effectively, which is very important. Now, it's going to be very unfair if I do not talk about the mental well-being of our children, the emotional side of raising children, of our children, their social side. When we talk about the spiritual aspect, it's important that we also balance it up with the physical aspect. This is to enable us have complete and whole children. Most times when you see adults who are broken, who went through, who are actually broken, a lot of times it is because of what they went through in their childhood, what they went through as children. Most times children will go through abuse, children who are not properly protected. They actually end up becoming broken adults. So it is important that we get to address this aspect of parenting before we move on to other topics. That is why I have come up with this topic today: how you can build your children's confidence, how you can raise confident children. Some time ago, I talked about on Facebook, on my Facebook page, I talked about how somebody made a comment about me, and it actually affected me till I became an adult. Seriously, I never knew I was beautiful. Yes, somebody told me I wasn't beautiful because as a child, I was a very sick child. I wasn't strong physically. I was always in the hospital, and so this affected my looks. I was skinny. I had, the description is not something I would like to talk about. So this person actually made a comment, and it affected me until I got to know my stand on the Word of God. At some point, I got to stand up for myself. That was when I became an adult, and that was when a lot of things had happened. I was even surprised sometime, when I became an adult, and one of my friends back in the university, they told me, hey, if you have always admired you, you've always been beautiful, even when we were at school. I was like, God, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, because that statement that person made when I was a child actually affected me. But thank God I had to take charge of my thinking, my thought process through God's word. And then I eventually went for a therapy at some point. Yes, this also helped me to, boost my confidence. It helped to reshape my purpose. It helped me to know exactly who I am. And this has been my guide even till now. So it is important that we get to know our children, that we help our children to become confident. We have a role to play in this area as parents. Now, on this video today, I'm going to be talking on 3 ways that we can help boost our children's confidence. 3 ways, and I'm going to tag them as 1S and 2Ps. 1S and 2Ps. Now, the first S I'm going to be talking on today is that you say the right words to your children. Always say the right words to your children. I noticed this, that most ladies that grew up with their fathers, most female children that grew up with their fathers and then got the right words while growing up are usually very confident. Yes, did you notice that? They are usually very confident. Those are the children that got the right words from their fathers. Most times they know who they are, and so it helps them even to make the right relationship choices. This is very important. Make sure you always say the right words to your children. The world is harsh. The world is wicked. There are a lot of people out there that are just out there to bring down the morale of your children. They just want to devalue your children. They are waiting out there to say the wrong thing to them, to bring down their esteem. That is one of the tricks that the devil is actually using out there. So when you don't have your worth as an individual, you make the wrong choice, you go with the wrong person, you fall into the wrong hands eventually. So it is important that we always say the right words to our children. Saying the right words to your children will help them make the right relationship choices. Yes. Now, I said this earlier, most ladies that had a father figure or a good mother figure in their lives. When I say this, I mean people who spoke the right words over them, who were always telling them they were beautiful, that they are beautiful, they are valued, they are smart, they are intelligent, they are good. When you have enough of this as a child, if you grow up, it is going to be hard for you to fall into the hands of somebody that will just tell you you are beautiful. Oh, when you get this thing as while growing up, your confidence grows. You won't fall into the wrong hands. You won't fall into the hands of the first man or the first woman that will tell you you are beautiful or you are handsome, because you've heard this enough in the house. That is why I tell parents, say the right words to your children, even when they fail. Even when they fail, when they come to school with the wrong result, like results that are not so good from school, tell them they did well and help them to grow. Ask them questions on how you can help them grow. Do not shout at them or never compare them. Never compare your children. These are things that bring down the worth or the esteem of our children. When we do that, when we begin to compare them with other children, when we tell them they are failures, when we tell them they can never do well in life, it actually affects them. So always say the right words to your children. It starts from the home. Yeah, it starts from the home. Say the right words. Tell them they are loved. Tell them they are beautiful. Tell them they can do better even when they don't do well. Let them know that they can do well because they have the right brain. Let them know they are smart, they are intelligent, especially to the girl child. Let the girl child know she is beautiful. So she doesn't go outside and when somebody tells her she's beautiful, she begins to melt because she doesn't get enough of that at home. These are things we need to do as parents. Always say the right words to your children. So when they go out and they are faced with the wrong words, because of what you've spoken to them at home, they will not fall and they can always stand their ground to tell the world that this is exactly who they are. The second way we can help build our children's confidence is the first P I'm going to be talking on here, and that is to protect our children. Always protect your child. Children like it when they know that there's somebody that is standing up for them at home. There's somebody they can always run to when they are bullied at school. There's a lot of bullying going on out there. Recently, I got to hear a story from my daughter's school, and it wasn't a very good one. It wasn't directly to her, it was to somebody. And it was about bullying. Bullying is actually it's actually taking place in schools. It's taking place in our neighborhood. It's taking place all over. So when our children come to us about something that they have experienced, as parents, we must be ready to stand up for them. Hear them out. Hear them out. Learn to always hear them out and then stand up for them. Most times we shun them as parents, or we water down whatever it is they are telling us. It is not a very good thing. When they are faced with abuse, as parents, we must be open enough for our children to approach us. We must be open enough for them to be able to come to us and tell us, say, Mommy, Daddy, this is what I am going through. We must be able to create time for them to listen to what exactly they are saying. This is actually going to help us build their confidence as children, particularly in this world. Protect your children. Stand up for your children. It is going to help them in life. The third way we can help build children, confident children in our society, is to provide for them. Now, I know this is another place that yes, I'm going to talk about it. I understand some parents are having there are some issues that can affect provision for children. I know, but I'm going to talk on this first, and I will address that aspect. It is important that we provide for these ones. These children never asked to be born. They never asked to come to this world. It breaks my heart when I see things children go through. Some children become adults at a very young age. They begin to act like adults because of life, because of the things they are faced with. As parents, the first thing I'd like to talk on here on how we can provide for our children is to have the number of children we can only cater for. We can cater for, yes. Have the number of children you can take care of. I know gone are the days that people just have children because they believe there's an uncle somewhere or there is an auntie somewhere that can help look after those children for them, or children are blessings and they just come as they come, we take them like that. It is important that we have the number of children we can take care of. This will help provision for them. Have the number of children that you can look after. It's one way for us to be able to provide adequately for these children. Another way we can help provision for our children is to always have them in mind. Yes, always have them in mind when we are making decisions. And then we should also, as parents, cut our clothes. There's a saying that says, cut your clothes according to your size. Cut your clothes. Do not live above your means. Understand that, there are children for you to look after. Put your children on your priority list. Yes, always place your children when you want to make a decision. Consider your children first, because they are children, and they can't do anything for themselves. They can't do a lot for themselves. They are just children. So always put them into consideration when you're making your financial plans, when you're spending, when you're doing anything, because they never asked to be born. You brought them into this world. So cut your coat according to your size, and always consider your children when you're making provisions or when you're making decisions. Another way you can help provide for your children, particularly as fathers, is to always have a will for them. Yes, I know this is going to scare a lot of people when we talk about having investment for your children, having what they call life insurance. Always have funds or investments or provisions in place for them. And I believe there are programs that can help you, manage this, that can help you make decisions in this area. There are organizations in our various countries where they can help you discuss the future of your children when you are gone. Always make provisions for the future of your children when you are gone. Yes, this scares a lot of people, and I've seen widows or widowers become stranded because one parent left and the other parent was not, financially equipped enough to look after these children. So make provisions for them. Make provisions for them for that's when you are not here. It is important that we put them into consideration. I know it's not the will of God for us to die young as parents, but when these things happen, how will your children be? Where will you leave your children? What will you leave your children for? This actually affects a lot of children, because most fathers or most mothers, when they were alive, they never put them as next of kin. They never put them as, into consideration when they were making decision investment. They never put a plan in place for them for when they are gone. So it is important that you put your children into consideration for when you are not here, because when anything happens, this your children needs to be taken proper care of. Now, I also want to address this, that children are children irrespective of who you have them for. Yes, I know I've heard of a lot of stories where single mothers or single fathers are expected to just take care of their children alone when things happen, like a divorce, like a separation. Now, I believe there are some countries in this world that do not actually stand up for the rights of some parents, like a single mother. Now, as a father who is watching me today, I will advise that if you have a child outside wedlock, a child is a child. Please make it your responsibility to take care of this child. Yes, make it a point of duty to look after these children, to give to them, to take care of them. Do not leave the responsibility of taking care of your children for just the mother because you were separated or because you are divorced. I understand what single mothers go through. It is very serious. I'm saying this to a particular, I'm saying this because we have read and, seen a lot of things that a particular parents, just one parent, is just left alone to look after their children. It is not godly. It is not Christian for you to do that, because we all go to church, we all go to our respective places of worship, and then this aspect of our lives is lacking. It is not the will of God that we do not take care of some aspect of our lives and then we come to church to form religion and all of that. No, love of God is very important as love of your fellow man. So it is important that we take care of this aspect of your lives, of our lives. If you are a single father, take care of your child. Take care of your children wherever they are. I'm trying to use this opportunity, my platform as a medium, to address these issues, because these are things that we've seen on social media. These are things we've heard. These are things happening even in our real world today. Take the best care of your children. Provide for them. They never asked to be born. Remember, you brought them into this world. I believe by the grace of God, God will help you. God will strengthen you. And I understand parenting is not so easy. It's not like It's not a play in the park, or how do they say that? There are some people handling parenting alone. I trust that the grace of God is sufficient for you. God will always give you the grace to raise up those children. I know there are parents doing it alone and they were successful, and there are testimonies of parents that single-handedly handle their children. I'm one of them, and God actually helped my mother. I was brought up by a single mom, and the grace of God helped us, and God gave my mother the wisdom to raise us up. I believe God is also going to give you that same wisdom to raise you up. There are successful children from single parents, and God is going to give you every wisdom needed for you to raise up your children. He's going to make your children very successful. I know the job you're going to be doing is going to be double. Yes, and there is grace for you. There is grace for you. So you are going to be doing double of what a complete parent, like what a father and a mother will do. So speak the right words to your children. Always speak the right word. Like I mentioned earlier, one S and two P's. Speak the right words to them. Say the right things to them. They will be successful. They are the light of the world. They are intelligent. They are smart. Do not let out any form of frustration on them. Children are innocent and they deserve all the love in the world, so that they will also make the best and the right decision when they grow up. Also be able to be open to them, so that when they come to you, they can be well assured that their mother or their father will stand up for them and will protect them. Also, by the grace of God, I believe God will help you, will equip you to provide for them, and give them the things needed in your own level. Yes, in your own level. I believe in contentment and godliness. I don't believe in luxury when it's not available. We live within our means and give our children the best at our own level. That is the right thing to do. I believe with this message I've been a blessing to you. Our children will grow up to be the best. Our children will grow up to be exemplary. Our children will grow up to be loving and to be loved. They deserve everything good in life, and that is what they will get by the grace of God. I hope I've been a blessing to you with this video. Before I end this video, I'd like you to please click on my subscribe button and then also click on my notification button. Today I'm going to be ending my series on children and parenting, and we will go to the next level from here. See you some other time, and do have a great life. Bye.